Police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
Hey, we in here. Shout out to everybody. Hey, we gonna run it back like we never done it before. Raiders news. Okay. Raiders news and what the Kliff. For sure. Y'all ready? Cause I'm ready. And let's go.
What up, Lo?
Hey, what's good? What's good, YouTube? What's good, Raider Nation? We are in the building. We are here to talk the Raiders news, Raiders rumor. But hey, what the Kliff? Okay, what the Kliff? We're gonna talk about it. There's a few things I gotta talk about. There's a few things I gotta talk about in regards to, I gotta spit my Raider gospel on the situation. But definitely shout out to everybody that is in the chat. I know you guys is getting it rolling, getting it flowing, getting it moving and grooving. Look, I had a little technical difficulties. Hopefully, this weather ain't messing up my signal, but we're going to keep it moving as best as possible. But shout out to everybody that's out there in the chat. If you need prayer for you or your family members, hit me up on IG at TwuanTwuan right there. TWUAN, TWUAN. Also, if you are in the chat live, you can put pray. That's right. Exclamation point PRAY in the chat. That will give you the same IG right there. You can send me your prayer request. I will be prayer for you or your family members. Hit me up again if you are interested also in being an organ donor. Here at Raider Twuan, we are advocates for being an organ donor. So please be an organ donor by down in the description. You can always find that link. And also, if you are live, you can put exclamation point Don in the chat. That's right, Don in the chat, and that will give you the link to being an organ donor. Okay, so please consider being an organ donor. You can save a lot of people's lives. But hey, I gotta give a shout out to everybody in the chat. And again, the best chat that YouTube has to offer, and that is the congregation. I gotta give y'all the Raider Twuan Brown Cracker salute. Okay, blessings to everybody out there as y'all continue to get it flowing and growing in the chat. Look, we gotta talk about Kliff Kingsbury. You know, one day he's coming in as a Raider. Next day he's not so much, right? And what can we say about it? What can we what are the thoughts we should have in regards to someone saying, I want to be a Raider? No, I don't want to be a Raider. All of that, right? It doesn't look good, but I'll say this in the same vein, is that actually there's some good things in regards to the situation. There's actually, as much as people may think it may be a bad thing, or as much as it may look like it's a negative thing, I'm here to tell you guys that there's actually some positives in this whole, what people are calling the Kliff Kingsbury debacle, fumble, you name it. Now, I'll tell you, and that's the reason why I said it. I wrote this in, I put this in I titled the live this, that there's some negatives and some positives. There's some things that went right, and there's some things that went wrong in regards to, Kliff Kingsbury. Okay. And I'll tell you this. Your brown crackers are so good. Anyway, I'll tell you this in regards to it, that there's 3 things that I want to highlight in this discussion. And let me go ahead and pull it up for you. Shout out chat. Make sure you guys click the like button. Why? Because I like you. And also, if you have not, go ahead and subscribe. Okay? There we go. The first thing I want to talk about in regards to the whole Kingsbury situation is titled, Nobody Got Time for That. Okay? Nobody got time for that, Kliff Kingsbury. And the reason why I said it this way, and I'm breaking everything down. Just stay with me, okay? Hope you're listening. Say something in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about Kliff Kingsbury. But nobody got time for that. Okay? Kliff Kingsbury in reports, and Bleacher Report was talking about it, and it's been going around that Kliff Kingsbury wanted a 3-year contract. And the Raiders were not going for that. Okay? You know what that is? That's a positive, people. And you know why it's a positive? Let me tell you why it's a positive. It is a positive because when you are locked down to a coordinator, this is not a head coach. When you're locked down to a coordinator, you want to be able to have flexibility as the Raiders. Everything that we do as Raiders has to benefit the Raiders, okay? And to have Kliff Kingsbury under a 3-year contract, that means that he's saying, I need at least 3 years to make something work and pop over here. And the Raiders are saying, nah, we're not doing that. Why? Because we ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for a offensive coordinator to come in here and act like he needs three years to get our offense together. Okay? So we ain't got time for that. And to be honest with you, I'm glad that that we have this sentiment in regards to our offensive coordinators and the contracts in which we are picking our offensive coordinators. It is a disservice to us when we have coaches under contract longer than what they should be. And again, we ain't got time for that. We got time for us to move forward. We got time for us to get better. We got time for us to improve now. We ain't got that 5, 10, 15 years to get things together. When you look at this roster, especially on the offensive side of the ball, all we need is a couple more, fix our offensive line, identify who we want as our starting quarterback, and this offense should run. That shouldn't take 3 years. And also, with that being said, because he was asking for a 3-year contract, which means that we were obviously trying to give him, I'm taking most likely a 2-year contract. That means everybody's on a short leash. And because everybody's on a short leash, that means that everybody should be doing the best they can in order to keep their job. Okay? And that's for all the coaches. I'm talking about offensive coordinator. I'm talking about defensive coordinator. I'm talking about even the head coach. I know that the head coach's contract hasn't fully came out yet, but understand this, that with the short leash that they're putting on the offensive coordinator, guaranteed that this head coach and all the other coaches are on the same type of leash. So that's a positive for us in the Raider Nation. That's a positive for us as fans to know that this team ain't playing around and saying, "Oh, we gonna give it time. We gonna let." No, we're in right now where we are as a team. We're in a win now. And that was the same thing that I was saying earlier in regards to Bo Hardegree. I'm not let me say this clearly, that I'm not hating on Bo Hardegree. I'm not saying Bo Hardegree is completely garbage, completely trash, all of that. Bo Hardegree did the best that he could do. But again, for where we are as a team and the direction we're going as an organization, we don't have time for first time quarterbacks coach trying to be an offensive coordinator. We don't have time for that. We need somebody to come in here that knows what they're doing and can fix our offense and get it moving in the way that it needs to go. So again, going to this point that I got going across the screen, nobody got time for that, Kliff Kingsbury. And to be honest with you, I gotta go to my second point, because you really pushing it, bro. And let me say this. Let me say this as I get to my second point. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you click the like button. And if you have not, go ahead and subscribe. We call the shots. Okay? We call the shots. That's right. We, the Raiders, call the shots. We've had too many. We had too many situations where coaches came in and established their own price, established their own dollar. Okay, and don't let me jump over to talking about Harbaugh, but we've had history of coaches that came in and we allowed it. Let's be honest, we allowed it, but we allowed these coaches to come in and almost establish and negotiate their own price. And that ain't what we're doing here anymore. We ain't got those 10-year, $10 million contracts anymore. We don't got those super large contracts in which, the coach is getting paid, but also is slouching. All these contracts in which our coaches are here are all prove-it contracts. As much as we like AP, he's under a prove-it. And I know this for sure, that he's under a prove-it contract. He got to prove why he should be the head coach. And based on his performance, will be based on his extension. And that is the same thing we're going to do with our offensive coordinators. The same thing we're going to do with our defensive coordinators. Okay? And this, again, we're talking about what went right and what went wrong with Kliff Kingsbury. This is showing us as Raider Nation, as fans, what this organization is now doing and how they're running their business. And I'm encouraged to tell you that I believe, and this is my Raider gospel, that I believe that we're doing the right things. Where you have coaches coming in, yes, you're paying them, a good salary, but nothing to where it's going to hurt us in the long run. But also, we'll be willing when that time comes to reward them when their success. But we as an organization, and as I'm talking about this, I'm feeling it and I'm believing it even more, that we're calling the shots. So that's what went right. But also, you can say, for some may feel what went wrong. But understand this. As a Raider organization, an organization where we've talked about it ad nauseum, how things weren't ran properly, or things weren't done properly, or things weren't taken care of properly. Now we're seeing things coming together and looking better than what they've had in years of old. I'm not saying, it's not like we're in the Super Bowl. Let's keep that honest and let's keep that clear. But if we start just stacking those positive things, stacking those those proper behaviors, signing the right people, making the right decisions in regards to the contracts. We may not necessarily agree with, the person, right? Because some people, and that's the other thing, some people may not necessarily agree with Getsy, but the contract, the decision that, hey, you only got about a year or two to turn this thing around and you on your way out. And it's not going to hurt us. We're not going to have to worry about Mark Davis talking about, hey, we making money, but, I got to pay off this dude, and I got to pay off that dude, and I got to take care of this dude, and I still got to pay off this dude. Let me tell you this, and people fail to forget this. Just as much as Josh McDaniels and Ziegler are off the books, guess who's still on the books? He hasn't asked for his money yet, but he's still on the books. Gruden's still on the books, y'all. So with that being said, we got to make better decisions in regards to signing these, not just players, because that's the cap, but I'm talking about Mark Davis's money and the organizational part of the money. We got to do better with our contracts. And what I saw from this Kliff Kingsbury junk, we're calling the shots in regards to our coaching. And I'm talking about the Raiders are calling the shots in regards to our coaching. Okay? Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see y'all in here moving and grooving. Shout out to Willie Wayne Thrash. Rob Pena is in the building. And Dirty Eric, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Blessings. Hope all is well. I know there's more in the chat. I just saw who was in here briefly. As I move on to my next point here, make sure you guys click the like button and subscribe if you have not. As we talk about the positives, what went right and what went wrong with Kliff Kingsbury. I'll do it like this. I'm gonna say this one. This is my other point here. Raiders only. Raiders only. If you hear this, put it in the chat. Raiders only. Put it in the chat. Raiders only. Why Raiders only? Because we want not only our players to be here and want to be a Raider, but we also want our coaches to be here and want to be a Raider. Okay? We want our strength and coaching, strength and conditioning staff to want to be in here and want to be a Raider. Raiders only. And based on and I can't spell, but that's AP's letter. Okay? Based on AP's letter, there was something that stuck out very key to me, and I'll break out down the letter even more some other time. But there was something that stuck out very, very key to me, and that was when he said, and I'm paraphrasing, he said, "I want our offensive coordinator to want to be a Raider." And he said that. Let's put the Twuan's clues together. Y'all know what Twuan's clues is. Okay? Let's put the Twuan's clues together. The report that Kliff Kingsbury was signed to the Raiders or going to be hired, or how they say it, was expected to sign with the Raiders. Then the report that he wasn't going to be a Raider. This is the timeline. And then here goes AP's letter. Put the clues together, people. AP put in his letter that he wants an offensive coordinator that wants to be a Raider. Why? Because there was something that happened prior to him penning that letter or typing that letter, however you want to put it. There was something that he put that he put together with the current events that led to him saying that about an offensive coordinator. So, you ask me, what I would say. And I would say Raiders only. Because it may not have been like this. It may not have been like this all the time, people. And this is, oh my gosh, this is getting me excited. This, you guys, is, and I'm trying to, I'm really trying to keep it together. This, we may not have had this. We may have been sitting here cheering on our team while there's been coaches on that field and coordinators on that field that did not want to be a Raider. The time has changed. The time has changed, you guys. And we now have people in here that want to be a Raider. Patrick Graham, what did he say in his last press conference before the season was over? Man, I really love these guys. I really... Why did he say that? Because he wants to be a Raider. AP, Black, Air Forces, Cherry Red, 6'4". AP, Coach AP. Let me put respect on his name. Head Coach AP. He wants to be a Raider. And his job is to make sure that everybody that walks through that door, top to bottom, they want to be a Raider. So, Raiders only. Raiders only. Raiders only. there's positives again. As much as people want to call this a negative, oh, we didn't get Kliff Kingsbury, I'm here to tell you that of course, you might think that's what went wrong, but I'm telling you, there's some things that went right in this whole Kliff Kingsbury situation. People fail to forget that the air raid is not this whole down the field, throwing deep all the time type of offense. The reason why it's called, and let me educate some of you guys that may not know, the reason why it's called the air raid is because they throw the ball more than they run the ball. The offense is set or established to where you're passing the ball more than you're running the ball. And that's why it's called the air raid, because you're throwing the ball in the air to move the ball down the field. Not deep, but you're throwing short passes, pretty much you're nickel and diming all the way down the field. That's the air raid. And that's what Kliff Kingsbury was going to bring to this team. Okay? But there's some negatives. But I'm telling you guys, from what I just previously told you guys, that there is some positives. Okay? So if you have a question on some of the decisions that are being made, come back to this video. Come back to this live. And look at the 3 points that I brought out. And those are not all the points. There's a whole lot more I could say, but I'm just going to leave y'all with those 3 points. Let me tell y'all again the points in case y'all forgot. Nobody got time for that. We call the shots. And Raiders only. You guys let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. If you guys agree, if you guys disagree, I'm here for it all. But I'm just telling you guys, this is my Raider gospel. This is what I believe. This is what I think what the Kliff was about and what I saw in the midst of all that was going on. Of course, like I said, there's some negatives, but also in regards to our organization, there is some positives. Make sure you guys click the like button. Why? Because I like you. Okay? Click the like button. And also, if you guys have not, please take a moment to subscribe. Join the best chat that YouTube has to offer, and that is the congregation. So join the congregation by clicking the like button. Why? Because I like you. And quit playing with yourself. Subscribe. And you got to say something in the comment section, whether we live or whether it's a replay. If you're catching this on replay, cool. Good to see you. Thanks for watching. And definitely say something in the comment section. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what you're thinking. Tell me if you agree. Tell me if you disagree. I'm cool with both. Okay? And what I do is I try my best to acknowledge that I seen it. I might comment. It just depends on what I'm doing, but I'll definitely make sure I acknowledge your respectful thought. Okay, if you in there talking crazy and getting spicy, I got some gangsters for you. But yeah, please get active in the chat. Get active in the comment section. Hey, T Patter, quit playing with yourself. Go ahead and subscribe. T Potter. Quit playing with yourself. Go ahead and subscribe. Okay. You guys, that's what I got for you today. Make sure you guys click the like button, subscribe, join the congregation, be an organ donor. If you need prayer for you or your family members, hit me up on IG at Twuan, TWUAN. Again, your business is between me, you, and the Lord. I'm not going to put your business out there in the street. I'm not going to sell your business. Again, just let me know what's going on, and I will be in prayer for you. Remember, you are a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And let's go, Raiders.
What up, low?
Today is a day when our heroes of the past become our legends of the future. Time never really stops for the great ones. We wrap them in a cloak of immortality and remember what great people they were. We recognize you, Virginia Madden, his sons Mike and Joey. They were a football family, so that John could pursue his dreams. Tonight, the Twins in the world, and a tribute to John Madden and Al Jacobs, who declared that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.